Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. My name is Crown, and today I'm going to read you some very interesting stories that I hope that you're gonna love. And now, without further ado, let's go! I live in an older apartment complex, but I don't mind because it has security and nice amenities. Most folks own their units, but some rent them out, and I got a great deal for renting during the pandemic, which is way below the normal rate would be. Even though it's older, the average unit sells for over $1 million due to the current housing market, so it's a lot of older folks who bought when it's cheap, new money, and middle-class renters. It can be a hassle getting up to my apartment from the street since it's 2 elevator rides. Street to security and security to apartment when it's super busy though. Right now only one household at a time can be in the elevator since they aren't big enough for social distancing, which can take even more time. Management also modified the elevators so that they don't stop if someone is already in them to avoid people trying to hop in while you are going to your floor. So now it doesn't matter if you press the up or down button, all it does is call an elevator and you can go wherever. This was sent in an email to everyone in the complex. I'm heading back to my place after walking my dog with my headphones on, a purchase I saved up a long time for and use daily, including for work. We get to the first set of elevators and there is an older couple and a middle-aged lady waiting. She's a typical wasp for the building. Pearl/diamond earrings, big wedding ring, fancy clothes and so on. Probably has a husband that's a senior design engineer or something, while she's a marketing manager. I see that only the up button is pressed, so I push the down button to call another elevator and return to my spot in line. I know that once their elevator leaves, I can press the up button again and save everyone some time as now 2 more post-dog walk folks are behind me. The older couple leave in their elevator and then the second one comes. My glasses are quite foggy at this point, but I see the entitled lady waving for me to take it, so I pull off my headphones. I say, "You were here first, no worries, I'll catch the next one." She says, "It's going down, it's for you." "Oh, I was just calling another elevator." "Don't you see the line? Get in the elevator." She's being rude. She doesn't know how the elevators work now, even though it's been a year. I decide it's not my problem to explain why she's wrong. Put on my headphones and get in, then punch floor 1 to get to the security desk. While the doors are closing, she must have them press the up button as they open back up. I press the door close button and hear a loud "What?" over my music. The entitled lady then sprints into the elevator and sees that I'm going up. "Oh, so that's it. You couldn't wait, so you lied. You skipped me. This is my elevator. Get out." While holding her hand over the door sensors so they don't close. Me pauses music on my headphones. I said I would catch the next one, but you insisted She cuts me off. She must have thought I was turning my music up and taking a stance on this elevator miscommunication, because she then starts grabbing at my headphone and smacking me in the face. "Take those off. This is my elevator, you liar. Screw you, you jerk. Get out of my elevator now." My 40-pound cattle dog is deaf, but he isn't stupid. He started barking and growling in full force, causing this entitled woman to jump back with my headphones in her hands. I'm dragging him out of the elevator when she then runs forward and kicks him square in the stomach. She throws my headphones to the ground, stomps on them, and kicks him out of the elevator and takes her ride up. I am freaking out. The other people who were waiting in line are freaking out. All for a freaking elevator. Thankfully, after about 20 minutes, my dog gets up and is fine but skittish. One of the folks in line must have told security what happened because one of the guards came down to talk to me. Police have been called, all security cams are being pulled, and the entitled woman has been identified and asked to wait upstairs. I give my statements and we ride up together to security. The entitled woman is there along with her husband and the 2 folks who were behind me. Yep, he's definitely some sort of upper management techie, with his button up tucked into his dark blue jeans. I ask if I can put my dog in my apartment, do so and return. The husband asks me how much the headphones were. I say $400. I use the coupon code, and he hands me the money from his wallet. I quickly take it and put it in my pocket. The entitled woman is looking smug. I guess this isn't the first time money has solved the situation she got in. But did she forget she didn't just break my headphones? The police ask if I wanted to press charges and I say yes. She starts yelling at me. Her husband is holding her and trying to drag her away from the police and me while she throws insults and swear words one after another. When she starts yelling that she hopes she hurts my dog and how she's going to do something to him, the police use their taser and take her down to their patrol car with her husband following behind. From what I understand, she is being charged with assault, animal cruelty, assault on a police officer, resisting arrest, and lastly, public intoxication. I can't wait for the trial, and I hope everyone who saw it testifies. All this for a freaking miscommunication and saving 3 minutes waiting for an elevator. Guys, before we move to the next story, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. I can see that around 75% of my audience isn't subscribed. I know it doesn't matter to you to sub or not as long as you're getting my videos on your home feed whenever I publish them, but believe me, it really makes a difference for me at least. So please, press that subscribe button. It won't take anything away from you. Thank you. Backstory. Back when I used to work for Burger King, I worked with one awful woman who always tried to undermine me because I was younger and did the job better than her. If she knew I was coming in after her, she would ruin the drive times, had to keep under 3 in minutes. She raises it to 10 or so. I would spend my whole shift fixing the times while doing my side work. Sounds easy enough, right? Wrong. I usually didn't get enough cars to fix it. One day, I fell and dislocated my shoulder at work and was out for 2 weeks. She got my hours. When I came back, I was still under doctor's orders to lift no more than 5 pounds because my shoulder was still healing. Everyone knew this and helped me out. She did not. She hated that I took my hours back and still worked harder than her despite my injury. This was when she started spreading lies. She hired someone to keep tabs on me. Now whenever I wasn't working or at home, I would wear my sling to keep people from bumping into me and causing me pain. One manager took her side and both made my life hell. I eventually quit once my workers' comp was finished and I was better. I did my best to forget them. Until today. This happened while I was waiting in line to pick my meds I was prescribed at the ER. I'm still wearing my hospital bracelet, so it's quite clear where I have just come from. A woman is standing in an aisle since all the seats are full. At first, I did not recognize her when I asked if she was in line or waiting. Last time I saw her, she had no teeth in the front and her hair went down to her ankles. She tells me, "Don't act like you don't know who I am." She sneered as she said my name. Me finally figuring out who she was by her voice. "I'm sorry, I don't know who you are." I turned and went back to waiting in line. She taps me on my shoulder. "I know you know who I am. We used to work together. Burger King?" Me continuing to play dumb, since I'm in too much pain to deal with her. As I said before, I don't recognize you. I again turned back and wait in line. Thinking that was the end of that, she goes back to blocking the aisle and takes out her phone. She calls her husband, who is actually a decent guy. We will call him Thor because of his hair. And starts talking bad about me. "You'll never guess who's right in front of me. It's X. Yeah, her. She's still as stupid as the day she was fired from Burger King." I wasn't fired, I quit. "She's acting like she doesn't know me. I know she does. She just thinks she's being clever. I bet she's here to pick up her bipolar pills. I doubt she can afford them. She's probably still unemployed. I got to go. I'm going to make her know who I am. Bye for now." I text my boyfriend to come over to the pharmacy area as quickly as he could. He was on the other end of the store. This entitled witch taps me on my shoulder again. "So why are you here?" Me trying to stay calm, picking up antibiotics. "I'm sick." "Yeah, right.
Now stop playing games. I know you know who I am.
Me? This hurt to say. I'm sorry, ma'am, I don't know you. Please leave me alone. I just want to get my medicine and go home. I'm tired.
How can you be tired? It's only 10 o'clock.
I'm tired because I just spent the past 5 hours in the ER waiting to be seen. Leave me alone. We are now starting to draw a crowd and my boyfriend shows up and comes to my aid. He immediately recognizes the entitled woman, but doesn't mention it. He's probably heard enough to know I don't want to deal with her. What's wrong, sweetie? He asks me. She won't leave me alone. I don't know her, and even if I did, I wouldn't want to. The entitled woman knows my boyfriend, so she asks him,
You know me, right?
He shrugs and tells her, Sorry, I don't. Side note, I know this comes off as me being weird about this, but I'm really not. I hate this woman, and I'm willing to keep pretending I don't know her, because I don't want to deal with her. She then stamps her foot and says,
You know who I am. Just admit it.
My name is called when my meds are done. I move to the counter only to be pulled back and clocked in the jaw. The reason I'm getting antibiotics and painkillers didn't want her to know that part is for an infected nerve in my mouse. My other posts go into better details. I stumble and my boyfriend catches me. He helps me to a chair and sits me down, then stumps over to the entitled woman. At this point the charade is up and he is mad. No one hurts me and gets away with it. One of the pharmacy techs comes out to make sure I'm okay, while another calls security and police. My boyfriend tells her, What the hell is your problem? She made it clear she didn't want to deal with you by saying she did not know you. She has spent the past year trying to forget you and all the horrible things you did to her. The entitled woman crosses her arm and says,
I did nothing to her. She's a lying little brat who couldn't hold a job to save her life.
She was there for 2 years before you showed up. You made her life a living hell. She hated going to work because of you. You didn't even last 7 months and you're unemployed a year later. She's at least has a job.
Yeah, right. Where?
My boyfriend doesn't answer and comes back over to check on me. A bruise is beginning to appear on my whole right cheek. Same side as the nerve, but no skin is broken. I'm a bit dazed but fine. Security shows up and takes the entitled woman to the security office to hold her until the cops arrive. My boyfriend then goes to pay for my meds. Only $5, but a nice couple offers to pay for it because of what just happened. I guess they figured we needed a bit of kindness after what had happened to us. Now, the entitled woman was never physical. She used her words to hurt people. That's why I kept pretending I didn't know her. I wasn't worried about getting hurt. Her punching me was a complete surprise. We stuck around long to give statements and press charges. We also learned she was there to pick up medication meant to treat bipolar. Thor, her husband, showed up as we were leaving and apologized for his wife's behavior. Turns out, he was getting ready to file for divorce. I am now home, getting ready to take a nap with my puppy and kitties. I feel like I should have just admitted to knowing her, but to be honest, I just couldn't bring myself to do this. As I said earlier, I hate her entire being. After I left Burger King, her taunts and threats rang in my head for 3 months. She's that type of person that as soon as you see her, you know she's bad news all around. I hope no one pays her bail, and she has to rot in prison for a good long while. This semester I started working as a student security officer at private Midwest University. That means my job usually entails giving people rides to class on a golf cart and letting them back into their room when they drunkenly lock their keys into the bathroom. Sometimes I get some very interesting calls. This was one of those days. Some backstory. It was the end of my shift, so my coworker was coming in to switch with me. We get calls on the radio, but people can call from cell phones. The university is also private property, so we're expected to kick people off and, if they are belligerent, get the police on them for trespassing. It's harsh, but it's my job. We've had stuff stolen before by teens on their bikes. Today, at the end of my shift, my co-worker comes in and tells me before I leave there is some kids on bikes lurking around campus and we need to go kick them off. He tells me this while grabbing a can of pepper spray from the cabinet. I agree to go with him and we hop on the golf cart and drive over to where they are. I can hear them from 30 feet away, blaring some music and yelling at the top of their lungs over it. I get the feeling these twerps won't leave when I ask nicely, but I hop off the cart and approach anyway, staying about 5 feet away so I have some time if they decide they want to fight or something like that. Co-worker with pepper spray stays on the cart, about 10 feet away. I say, "Hey kids, you guys need to get out of here. This is private property, so you guys need to go home or I will have to call the cops." Kid number 1 tells me, "Get lost, we're allowed to be here." I tell him, "Alright, if you're a student, give me your student ID." The entitled kid tells me, "We're not. My mom said we can be here, so get lost." My coworker asks me, "You want me to call the cops now?" He pulls out his phone before I even answer, and kid number 2 shouts something I don't remember. They all hop up and one jumps at me. I put my hands up to protect my face, assuming he's gonna try to punch me. I scream, "Back off! We have pepper spray!" I will not realize the error of my words for another 5 minutes. All 3 kids hop on their bikes and bail out of there. I shrug and hop on the cart, driving it back to the office and heading inside the office to start filing out the paperwork required for a police report, since I fully intended to press charges on the kids for trespassing now. As I'm doing this, I get a call, so I start with a radio speech. And here comes the entitled woman. "Hi, this is X with campus security. How can I help you?"
"You pepper sprayed my kid, you jerk!"
"I'm sorry, ma'am. Can you repeat that?"
"I sure can. You dumb jerk. You pepper sprayed my kid. I'm going to call the cops on you."
"I'm sorry, ma'am. When did I allegedly pepper spray your kid?" "Because I just had to remove 3 teenagers from the premises for trespassing."
"Yeah, and you pepper sprayed my kid. He's here crying right now. I'm gonna call the cops on you for that."
"I'm sorry, ma'am, but I did not pepper spray your kid. If you'd like to press charges, you're more than welcome to. But I want to inform you that filing a false police report is illegal and will get you in far more trouble than just letting this go."
"You're lying. My kids are allowed to play wherever they want to. You don't have the right to kick them off. My taxes go to your college."
"Your children were trespassing. I'm actually filing out a police report against them. If you'd like to further involve the police in this situation, you're more than welcome to. Have a nice day." I hung up the radio and immediately got a buzz from the other radio. It is my boss, calling me and telling me I need to come into his office immediately. I tell him I'll finish the report and go there. He says bring it along, and I do. He helps me finish the report and congratulates me on my professionalism dealing with that call. Apparently it wasn't the first time this crazy lady lied about someone spraying her kid. Thank you for watching and see you next time.